Hi, and welcome to the Reef podcast. I'm your host, Luis IPA. On today's episode, me and Nightmare Rising got to interview the one and only HollowLocke. HollowLocke is a musician from the state of Louisiana who performs a variety of songs and also is a content creator. Feel free to check out this amazing interview. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to check out the future interviews, and enjoy. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another edition of the Reef podcast. I'm your host, Louis IPA, joined by my good buddy by the name of Kratos. I'm joking, he's Nightmare.
Hey, man, look, don't mess with the ball, all right?
Oh, man. I'm so excited to be here, man. We actually got a musician after so long. Dude. I want to introduce this guy, Ryan. Please, you have the floor, man. Welcome in. How you doing?
Hey, man, it is such a pleasure to be here tonight, man. It's awesome, man. We just finished playing our last show of the year, and we decided we was gonna take a hiatus to work on music.
Mm-hmm.
So it is such an awesome opportunity to be here to chat with anybody that wants to talk. About anything music or
anything. Definitely describe yourself a little bit about yourself. Let the viewers know who you are, where you come from, like what is your background, what kind of music you cover, everything you can.
Yeah, my name is Ryan, and I've been playing music since I was probably close to 16 years old. I got my first guitar then, and I've just been playing rock. Like I saw Green Day on VH1. That doesn't show my age. I saw Green Day on VH1 and Breaking Benjamin, and it just seeing that kind of stuff, man, just made me want to learn to play, and I've just been going at it ever since. Mostly some subgenre of pop, punk, metal, screamo, just hard rock. I mean, just any kind of mix from then. But I've been doing it since I was 16, so
16 years old.
Yeah,
that's insane, dude. Like, I never thought you would actually. Okay, see, for me, this is an opportunity because I know this guy. I've been working with him at Scion Esports for a while, and knowing like so many things that I do not know, like, it's crazy, dude. I mean, I never thought you would actually start at 16. That takes props, dude. I'm proud of that. Like, good job.
Thanks, man. That was back in 2006.
Jesus.
Yeah. So I didn't start singing until 2011. So it's been I've been singing since 2011. But I've been a guitar player since 2006. So
I gotcha. So you started first as a instrument player, and then you're like, hey, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna start singing now.
Yeah, it's like it was trying to find somebody that could do it who wasn't like flaky back then, and it was like we got one guy, and then he was like, I can't do it, or maybe he didn't take it seriously, and then we hopped to another, and I was like, whatever. Somebody asked me if I wanted to audition for vocals, and I was like, let's do it. So I did it, and I got the part, and that's how my old band Viridian started. Was just complete. Somebody asked me to audition for vocals, and I said, whatever, let's do it. So here I am.
So what kind of music do you specify yourself with? Like, do you like play a variety, or do you have like a major brand of music that you play?
So that is very interesting. So Endure the Affliction is the new band that I'm in, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Endure the Affliction is a very progressive type of metalcore, kind of like it's I mean, there's influences from all over the place. Like, there's influences from like Avenged Sevenfold and like even a sprinkle of Iron Maiden and Bullet for My Valentine. Like, it's like a broad spectrum of different rock bands that they kind of pull their inspiration from. And me, I take a lot of inspiration from stuff uh like I'm Abomination, or like Gent, stuff like Era and Elitist, and so I have a lot of Ice Nine Kills, if you heard of them. I Prevail, Pierce the Veil, Chiodos. Like I have a lot of inspiration from stuff like that. So mixed in with that other bag, it's like I'm way different than the previous vocalist, but it's like I'm talking about like the new stuff that has me on it compared to their old stuff is like it sounds like two different bands.
Damn.
So
So what was it like to actually pursue the music career? Like what was the drive, I would say, that made you actually say like, you know what, I want to focus on music. I mean, I don't want to do anything else. I mean, like, what was the drive for it?
okay. So I feel like some people may relate to this. There's actually a few reasons. Do you want to hear them all, or do you want to hear the biggest one?
By all means, share them all.
Okay. So to kind of touch base, I don't know my father, and we're diving into deep water now. Okay. Y'all want to know me? Y'all about to learn. So I don't know my dad, never have. And part of me thought if I could make a big enough name for myself in music, he may come out of the woodwork, and because I don't know what he looks like. I know his name, and like that's it. Like I don't know anything. I don't know what he looks like. I don't know jack nothing about him, except for like whatever my mom told me. So part of me was thinking, like, part of my inspiration was I'm gonna keep going and keep going until I make a big enough name for myself for this dude to have no choice but to show himself. So there's that. That is the small layer. Another slightly smaller layer, or slightly bigger layer than that one, is someone told me that I couldn't do it, and I'm incredibly hard headed, and said, "Oh, okay." Well, like I dated a girl who told me that she said that I couldn't carry a tune in a bucket.
Damn.
So
Wow.
I said, so instead of giving up, I decided to just say, okay, well, watch me. And I just, that is a very big part into my attitude. And as we talk tonight, you'll kind of see that pattern is tell me I can't do it. Okay, we'll watch. But the biggest part is that one day when I saw Breaking Benjamin on it was my first live concert. I'd been listening to rock music, but bought my first tickets to go see. It was my first concert ever. It was uh, for back then. It was stacked. I mean, it was Blackstone Cherry, Hinder,
Ooh.
Shinedown, Breaking Benjamin,
Oh
and
my.
Stained. It's
Oh
the
man,
first concert I ever went to.
that's a big lineup, dude.
Yeah, and I was going for Breaking Benjamin because I just became a fan, and watching all of those bands live, like I was like, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life.
That's
And
awesome.
that was the main thing. So
That's awesome though. Like the fact that you proved your ex wrong. Like, hey, I mean, now, like, if she sees you now, she'll be like, holy crap, like he's actually there. Like, now, like, I need to shut my mouth and, like, learn that he actually did it.
well, it's funny because I did bump into her not too long ago. I say that's probably a couple years ago, and she just avoided the topic. She just said, "Look, I don't want to talk about this. I don't know that I don't know if I want to talk about it."
That's
So.
the best feeling when you prove people wrong and then you actually show them, like, hey, I'm actually doing, like, what I said that I was gonna do, and you have like your mindset with that. But I mean, I know you said that you have not met your father yet, but I got a feeling that if your dad sees you like when you perform, he's gonna be very proud of everything you accomplished so far, dude.
One can hope, man. I sent him an email like last week. My mom did some searching and found an email that she thinks is his. I sent him an email and I still ain't got no response. So
Hey,
it might take me popping off to get him to show up,
hey, but
unless he dies of old age. But
you never know though, man. I mean, like I said, I mean, all of us here at the Reef Podcast are very proud of everything you've done. I mean, we listen to your music. We actually like it. We're actually gonna be sharing it, like, on like different platforms that we upload the podcast to. We're gonna try to, like, promote you guys so that way you guys reach, like, more audience and people actually download more of your music and actually like listen to it more.
man, that is so awesome. I really appreciate you guys having me tonight. By the way, again, it means a lot to me and the rest of the guys in my band too.
Of course, of course. All right, so Nightmare here also has some questions here. I don't know if he fell asleep in that chair or he's just like idle
I'm
right now.
still here, man.
He's
But,
he's trying to fade out to wherever his shirt was before.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, I know.
Other dimension.
Before Nightmare gets to this question, I do have to let the listeners know that are listening to the live version. We're actually gonna listen to one to two songs from Ryan's band here at the end of the podcast, so that way you guys can listen to what they have, and then I'll be sharing the link to the Spotify so that way you can add it to your playlists.
Yeah. So, my question: what's the biggest influence when it came to music? Not just like the reasons you got into it, but the biggest influence you have for when it came to your music.
Okay, so biggest vocal influence or
Yeah.
okay. So my biggest, all right, and you might laugh, but my biggest, just the person that I looked up to the most is Brendan Urie from Panic at the Disco.
Really?
Yep, that is my biggest vocal influence by far. And right under him is actually somebody that I had the pleasure of learning I took some vocal lessons from the guy second to him, who is Phil Droyer of I Am Abomination. And he was also in Attack for a little while, but I took vocal lessons from him. But the pinnacle of vocal perfection is Brendan Urie for me. That is who I aspire to be.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Way different than probably what you thought too. Panic at the
Not
Disco
as
is
different as you think.
it is Panic at the Disco is one of my favorite bands of all time.
They're
And I
amazing.
got to see them on their final tour before they decided to split up. So
Oh man. But you did hear that Blink 182 returned. Like Blink 182 actually a lot of bands are actually reuniting, which is crazy. I'm like, dude, I'm a little nervous. I mean, like when I saw like videos of Blink 182 live concert, I'm like, man, they look so old compared to now, like back then, like, you know, to like their younger selves, man. But I mean, hey, if they can still perform, they should still kick it, man. I mean, that's the joy of music. You can perform as long as you have that voice. That's the thing. If you don't have that voice, please don't do that again.
that's pretty funny.
All right, so we noticed that, like, you know, you have a side of like the music genre, but we also hear that you're a content creator on Twitch.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. I am. I have kind of slowed down a bit, but I do intend on picking it back up a lot more. So I stream on Twitch under the moniker. You can actually see it on screen, I believe. Or maybe I don't know if you can or not, but I can. But it's the moniker HollowLocke, and I stream for Scion Esports. And I play any and everything that I feel like playing. And I probably could
wait a
target an audience, but I just kind of play whatever.
Wait a minute. So if you're saying that you can play whatever, then does that mean that if somebody requests Hello Kitty Island Adventure, you're gonna play that?
Yeah. I'll play Hello Kitty. I don't care.
That's awesome.
It doesn't matter to me. I'll play Barbie horse brushing, whatever the game is called.
But what is like your favorite genre of gaming? Like, you know, if you had to choose, like, you know, what is like your all time? Like, you're like, dude, I can play this every day.
JRPGs.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Okay.
Every day. I pretty much do play them every day, and to the chagrin of my wife.
So
right now I'm playing Baldur's Gate 3,
mm-hmm.
but mainly I'll stick to stuff like Dragon Quest, like every Dragon Quest game, Final Fantasy, Persona, Shin Megami Tensei, anything in that realm.
Mm-hmm.
But I also love stuff like the Souls genre.
Ooh.
And the like Elden Ring was really awesome. I dumped like 150, 200 hours into that.
Jeez.
Yeah. Like I 100% at Elden Ring. So you could take that as you want. But it was Elden Ring, I'm also a huge fan of Zelda, but anything like Final Fantasy, or RPG related. Baldur's Gate 3 is my current game that I'm like obsessed with. But before Baldur's Gate 3, it was Dragon Quest 9.
Damn.
And after Baldur's Gate 3, it'll be Dragon Quest 8 again. So, and Dragon Quest 11 was before 9. I've just been on a Dragon Quest kick lately.
Well, over here, my co-host here is actually a big fan of Legend of Zelda, so he can definitely vouch with you and talk with you about the new Zelda that came out. Because my goodness, that game, everyone's like still playing it till this day. I mean, they have not stopped. I mean, it's insane.
Yeah, I gotta tell you,
It's not sitting up there at all.
I know almost everything there is to know about Zelda, period.
I guess
from lore to theory crafting to little knickknacks, different ways to fight. I played through Breath of the Wild a whole lot. I really love the physics system in it. But I'll fight with like chew jellies and Octorok balloons and all kinds of stuff. I'll use the weather to fight.
You could definitely be part of our new segments that we're gonna have next year. We're actually gonna have something called This Year on Gaming, and as soon as we reach the Zelda topic, I'll definitely be giving you a call so that way you can join us for that one.
Oh, dude, I would love that. Zelda, Final Fantasy, Persona, Shin Megami Tensei, Dragon Quest, you name it. Anything JRPG, even the Tales of series. I played almost all of the Tales of games, if you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, absolutely. Those are
like
good.
Tales of Symphonia, Tales of Arise, Tales of Xillia, Tales of Xillia 2. Like, I played all of them. Tales of Grace's F.
See, that's the last one I played. Tales of Grace's F. That's the last one.
That is my favorite. That is by far my favorite one. That is, to me, it is the best content.
The Tales series in general, I mean, it's crazy how long it's been around.
Well, they just announced some DLC for Tales of Arise, too.
Wow. Jesus.
I think at Gamescom.
So many tales. And wonder when they're going to stop with that. I mean, anyways, okay. So, what is one thing that you hope to achieve with streaming?
I want to be able to please a big audience by doing the things that I love to do without having to do things to follow everybody else. Like, I want people to just tune in, just to tune in, just to hang out. That is what I want to do. Now, whether that's possible or not is a completely different story. But I want to be able to just do whatever and people just come in and hang out. So it'll build a lot slower that way, but that's what I want.
Now, what is one thing you think Twitch should do to make themselves be the top platform again? Because right now, Kick is really barking up their ass right now. And
I could give you three things that would fix Twitch.
Gotcha. What is it?
A better split between top creators and Twitch, just like Kick. The ability to not be punished for multi-platform streaming, like simulcasting.
Yeah.
And 3, improved discoverability for smaller streamers.
I agree with that one.
But that's the 3 thing. If you want to fix Twitch, that's how you do it, in my opinion.
I also think they should let us play music. For Christ's sake, let us play our own music, like without having to get a DMCA strike or anything. I mean, the company, Twitch is already owned by Amazon. They can easily get to an agreement with DMCA and be like, look, let them play their music. They're not gaining anything out of this. They're just playing music so they can actually relax and enjoy their games. So I mean,
okay, so that is murky waters. That is very murky waters. It's I do agree with you. But you have, like, I also understand that side of it because they don't want to be on the ass end of a lawsuit. So I get it, because not all creators are going to be as understanding, and maybe they don't know that or had permission from a specific creator, because I've had to clarify and give permission for people to use music from my old band, and my clarification meant jack nothing.
Damn.
Like, I would I'm like, dude, I wrote the song, and they're like, we don't care. Like, we don't care. We claimed it. It was very stupid. But but uh as far as the even the copyright system in general needs work. YouTube mostly, that's a joke, bro.
Mhm. Did you know that YouTube has it now? So if you actually play Mortal Kombat and stuff like that, you can show blood.
Really? See, I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
like I'll have a lot of friends that are creators, and every time they were playing this story, like on their live streams or whatever, they have to go gray out, like completely go black and white, just because of that. Like they couldn't
That's
show stuff like that. Yeah.
that's so wild, dude. I played Tales of Arise
Hmm.
back when I streamed that when it came out, right?
Hmm.
Uh, I loved letting the intro song play,
Hmm.
and Bandai Namco every single time would mute my stream.
Mm-mm. That's it's just insane, dude. Like they're getting very, very secure about every little thing, and like every little thing you have to like make sure you blur out. And my friends are like, dude, this is BS. Like why can't we just show this? I mean, we could just put this up for mature audiences, so that way like no kids are able to watch that because it's only for 18 or older. But I mean, still, even if you do that, you still get striked for showing basically blood and gore on YouTube. I'm like, dude, I mean, if you have a targeting audience of 18 plus, then there shouldn't be an issue because you basically warning the person, hey, I'm basically streaming something that's like really for mature audiences only. But anyways, all right, Nightmare, what you got?
Um, yeah, so next question I have, so far, what's been your biggest moment for you streaming?
Okay, so my biggest viewership usually is whenever I play Resident Evil.
Really?
Yeah, I love it, but let me tell you guys why. And I would love to do more stuff like this. I am a bitch.
When it comes to
When it comes to scary games, dude, I will scream and holler and just like throw my controller. And I don't get mad when I'm playing games and stuff,
Mhm,
but bro, something about that tension from like Resident Evil 8, for instance. Did y'all play Resident Evil 8?
mhm.
Okay, this would be, I guess, kind of a spoiler warning. So mute for the next 10 seconds.
Mhm.
Um Whenever you're in that room with the giant baby creature,
Oh,
Oh man.
and I was walking through the hallway, and there was a clip. I don't know if it's still anywhere. I don't know if you could find it anywhere, but there's a clip of me being like, "Oh, fuck," and I got to the elevator, and I was like turning around. I was like, "Shit! Oh no! And I turned around. I was like, "No, no!" And then anyways, I turned around, and as soon as I turned around, all of a sudden my feet were going down its throat, and I was like, "Oh!" And I threw my controller, really fuck, and then it was like, "Ah!" And I was like, "Get the." Anyways, I was like freaking out. So stuff like that, I generally had like a high viewership. That game is actually what made me an affiliate.
mhm. Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So, but also, and I think a really scary game that I think would really crap your pants would be Outlast 2.
Yeah,
Mm.
I've heard of it, but I've never played it. So,
I,
if
let
if I could make sure to have viewership, because I don't want to scream to nobody.
me.
You
Well,
know, like
the thing about it is that somebody dared me a couple years ago. They said, "Hey, I'll give you this if you play Outlast 2 and you last for at least 30 minutes." I was like, "Okay, I'll try it." I mean, I never played it, so I did my first playthrough of Outlast 2. I did not even last 10 minutes playing that game.
okay, so if I get the opportunity to be challenged and the gauntlet is thrown down, because we're going to refer back to the beginning of this interview.
Mhm.
I am so hard-headed. So if someone drops the gauntlet on me in a game that will terrify me, I am going to be so divisive.
Mhm.
Like, I will hate myself, but I'll have to do it because of someone challenged me.
Mhm.
So it's like I'll be like on both. I'll be like split personality at that point.
I still don't get it how people find joy in it. Like they find joyfulness from getting you scared, like getting us content creators like scared. I'm like, dude, there's nothing
I
funny
can
about
explain it.
Bro, it is funny. I know it's funny watching me scream. I hate screaming, but I know it's funny to watch. I know it's funny.
I think it was a video I saw the other day. It was called "This Year on Gaming." No, not this year in gaming. Rage Quit or something. And this guy was playing Resident Evil 8 as well. Like he saw like something that made him jump so far up like that he literally fell off his chair. I was like, wow. I mean, I get scared, but I don't get like, you know, like I do get scared whenever like people do jump scares. That jump scares always get me, no matter what, because they're just like right in your face.
Did you play any of the Slender Man game?
I don't think
Like
so,
the
but I don't think I want to because I don't play scary games.
Like Slender the Arrival is phenomenal for jump scares.
Bro, I only ever played the first Slender game when it was first like when it was still a popular urban legend, you know.
Oh, the 8 pages one?
Yeah.
So that's in Slender the Arrival.
Okay,
That whole
I
section.
played.
Oh yeah.
I played that when it first came out back in like 2009 or whatever it was.
I only bring it up because I saw something like there's a remake or something coming out.
The one that really creeped me out back then was Silent Hill. Silent Hill would always scare the shit out of me.
Mm-hmm.
Silent Hill, no bueno for me, man. I would actually get scared. All right.
Like original Resident Evil, the camera angles when they would change and there you'd hear footsteps and breathing, the camera angle would change and then they're on you and you're like, I throw my controller.
What I hated was the dogs that would come out of the windows.
Oh yeah. Or the lickers, bro. Like
God, the lickers.
All right, next question.
Okay, I don't know if this terrified y'all, but to me, Nemesis scared the shit out of me.
Oh man, have you played the remake for it?
Yeah, I played the remake, but it's not as crazy as the original because the original had like Ryan said here, the camera angles, and then you will hear like do like giant steps, and then like you see him freaking run like a freaking juggernaut at you, and then like when you go open the door and you close it back up, you hear like the slamming of the door. I'm like, dude, fuck you, get away from me, bro.
Yeah.
Dude. Games like that is what made gaming fun, dude. Because I mean, games nowadays, they're great, they're amazing. I don't judge them or anything, but they're not as scary as they used to be. Like I want something that actually will make me shit my pants. Like literally, I'll be like, okay, I cannot play this, and that's why Outlast 2, when I played that, I was like, I'm done. I'm not playing this.
I'm gonna have to find a good game for you.
Yeah,
no.
Resident Evil 8 definitely got me, bro. Yeah, Resident Evil 8 got me good.
Gotcha. All right, so what is one go-to food that Ryan likes to eat every morning for breakfast, lunch, and dinner? What is like? I know this is out of topic, but I mean,
that's good.
But it's just getting to know you. Like, what is the go-to meal for Ryan?
My go-to meal, something that I pretty much eat every day. So I go to the gym every day, Monday through Friday, anyways. And in the morning, I'll have, just out of habit, I'll get a C4 energy drink and a Quest cookie.
You know, I heard a lot about C4 energy. Is it really that good?
Oh yeah, it's phenomenal. Well, it doesn't have any calories. It doesn't have any carbs. It's got a decent amount of caffeine in it, but it also has a decent amount of beta alanine. I don't know how much y'all know about like nutrition and stuff, but beta alanine. You ever taken a pre-workout?
Mm-hmm.
Beta alanine is what gives you that tingle.
Oh, okay.
So it's real good for like a pre-workout. I call it the motivator.
The motivator.
Now C4 is weak compared to the pre-workouts that I'm used to taking, but as a drink form, it's not bad. I'll knock it back, and then I'll go and I'll usually run a mile on the treadmill, and then I'll hit like a circuit or something, or I'll focus on abs or focus on back or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Oh, at first I thought you said I focus on my ass. I was like, what?
But I'll either eat a Quest cookie for breakfast, to answer your question, or I'll eat like a piece of sausage.
Really?
Yeah.
So do you like a German sausage? Is that what you like?
Yep. Boiled sausage is my favorite, but I'll just eat anything with a phallic shape. I'll take. You know. I'm just playing.
Oh my
I'm
god.
clowning, bro.
Oh no, dude, this is just hilarious. I love this. All right, Nightmare, what you got, man?
All right. We were talking about like older games and stuff. What's one of the first games you remember playing?
So the first game I ever played was the original Legend of Zelda on NES.
Ooh, damn. Look at
And
Nightmare.
then,
He's like, yeah.
and then next to that was was Mega Man 2.
Yes, Mega Man.
Mega Man 2, the original Legend of Zelda, obviously Mario and Duck Hunt. And then
You're the second person that mentions Duck Hunt because our previous guest talked about Duck Hunt and we said basically like how literally that dog would always make fun of you when you didn't get any damn ducks.
Yeah, if you didn't miss, it was like.
Does anybody remember how easy it was to cheat at Duck Hunt though?
What? Just put the gun on the TV?
Oh yeah, just pretty much right on the TV.
Yeah, I remember.
You had it close enough, you never missed.
Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, I thought but Mega Man has always been very close to my heart. Mega Man is one of my favorite. It is still to this day one of my favorite series that I don't want Capcom to like forget about, but I don't want them to mess it up either if they do bring it back. Like
I think 11 was the last one they touched.
And it did great. It was it sold great. It was the best-selling Mega Man game of all time. Like, and I was like, bro, Mega Man Legends 3, bring it back. Mega Man Legends, bring it back. Mega Man X, bring it back. Come on.
See, that's my favorite series. My favorite all-time series had to be Mega Man X. I always loved the X series. And true fact,
they kind of finished that story though. Like, they beat the shit out of that. They got pretty close to beating the shit out of that story.
Well, the thing is that there's a script for X9 and X10 that never got released to the public. And X10 was supposed to make a clash of Zero versus Mega Man.
They did that in 6.
No, but I'm saying like the final clash. Like basically Zero becomes fully Maverick and X has to kill him in order to keep on going. And
so did you so how much do you know about the X lore?
I know a good bit. I mean, I know
so
go ahead.
In 5 and 6, okay? 5, Zero started becoming Maverick.
I remember that.
And his data came out. I'm about to nerd out, bro. Y'all know put me on the track, bro. But anyway, Zero's data basically came out, and he started turning Maverick. And Sigma was taking advantage of it. Like Sigma was controlling Zero at this point, and you run into him, and he ends up dying. Okay, and pretty much his soul was all that was left, and that's why in X6, X gets Zero's Buster Saber, and Z Saber, not Buster Saber, Z Saber, right? So X has the Z Saber in 6, and then 7, and then 8. Well, in 7, X7 is when they meet Axel, but Zero comes back. And then X8, it was like just more Axel, like hey, pay attention to Axel. But it felt like they retconned the fact that I don't know, humanity fucking ended
literally
in 6, like a space station crashed into Earth and killed everybody.
Yeah, basically.
There was like a handful of humans left, but then moved to the Mega Man Z.
Those are fun. Those are really fun, man.
Those continue the story after X6. And it makes sense because like Zero is waking up by the humans, and then you end up finding out that X has been traveling around, and he's anyways, without spoiling it, definitely go play it. Anybody that's watching that has not played it, please go play it. It's very good.
But one thing that really made me go WTF was the end of X8, how Sigma basically said like, oh yeah, all those bodies that you killed all those years, yeah, those were just copies of me. This is the real me. I'm like, bro,
no, that's copium. That's what that is. It's like no. They were copies of you because you are C tier garbage. Stop. The only thing you're good at is not dying. That's the only thing you're good at.
He finally dies on X8, but that's how they lived in the cliffhanger because I mean they said, oh, we have to take care of Axel now because he has the virus or whatever. So I was like, dude, finish the series. Like, don't just leave us like, waiting there like, okay, when's it gonna happen? Like that's what really aggravated me. But I do have to
good.
Go ahead.
Oh, I'll say Mega Man X Command Mission was a great way to put it too, by the way. But anyway, sorry about that.
So, true fact here. Did you know that currently myself I'm 1 minute away from the world record on Mega Man X4 speedrun?
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And literally every time I get close, I'm like, mother flipper, dude. Like literally. How can I not do this? Like, it frustrates me to this day that I cannot do it.
I would love to try speedrunning a Mega Man game. Especially like X1. Like I played that so much as a kid, dude. I could play that shit with my eyes closed.
Dude,
I have done it with my eyes closed.
All I remember from back in the day in games is grabbing a piece of paper and writing the password down and then hoping your parents or nobody around you grabs that piece of paper and like, oh, it's garbage. Let me throw it out.
Right? That's what I did with Kingdom Hearts 1. When I was farming all of the stuff to synthesize at the end of first Kingdom Hearts game.
Mhm.
I had an entire notebook page stuffed in the back of my PS2 game case.
Oh,
it
God.
had what enemies dropped, what items, and everything I needed to synthesize everything in the with the Moogles.
I tell you what, though, in Kingdom Hearts 1, the Sephiroth fight can go F itself, dude. That fight was hard, dude.
I take pride in the. So, did you ever beat Sephiroth?
Yeah, I did. I beat him with 1 and 2.
Do you remember what level you were when you fought him?
Not top of my head. That was when I was a kid. I was like
Okay,
really young.
I take pride in the lowest level that I was able. I'm not like one of those guys that can do like level 1 the whole game. Like I'm not that good.
That's insane.
But I did beat him at level 30
That's not
in
bad.
Kingdom Hearts 1,
Yep.
which is like the lowest level I've ever been able to be and beat him.
Mm-hmm. I always like collecting the ultimate weapons for the characters. That was always fun, dude. 2 was a little complicated because you have to find the Orichalcum, you have to find all this stuff. This is too much. But honestly, 1 and 2, best Kingdom Hearts in my opinion. 3, it's okay. But I mean, 1 and 2 were my all-time favorite.
3 ended so weirdly that it definitely should have continued.
I think they should have stayed with 2.
Can I throw a hot take out there?
Go for it.
I think 3 was beautifully done.
Okay, visually great, amazing.
I mean, so I thought it was too easy when I first played it, but when they added critical mode in the data battles and the DLC, it became better than 2 in my opinion. With the way the gameplay fit, like the way it felt, adding critical mode felt better in 3 than it did in 2. And critical mode made it feel like it was too easy on even proud mode. Like hard mode, normal and proud, still too easy. The attractions were too easy to get. The attractions took a lot of the fun away from it. But I removed the attractions on critical mode, and my hot take is that it is a better game than 2 at that point. But only at that point was it better than 2. Anything else, 2 smokes it.
Dude, 2 smokes it easily, man. Like 2 was just had so much things that you could do. It was amazing. All right, so this is a funny question that I have for you. What is the most embarrassing thing that's happened to you when you actually perform?
Let's see.
He's like, should I tell this story?
No, I will 100% tell it. I have to pick because it's not just been a one-time thing. It happened specifically to me or happened to my band?
Both.
Okay, so to me, the most embarrassing thing happened like a few months ago. And well, I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. It's a runner-up between 2 things. I told you you're gonna get 100% honesty from me today, boy. So I was on stage and the jeans that I was wearing we played in Houston. This was with Endure the Affliction. Played in Houston, and they had these drunk girls all at the front of the stage, and these pants I was wearing were a new pair of pants. It was the first show I ever wore them, but the zipper on them was kind of janked, right?
Oh no.
Oh man.
And it was one of those things where the zipper would fall down by itself. Y'all have a pair of pants like that?
Mhm.
And it was in between songs, and this drunk Indian girl,
Mhm.
she goes, "Hey, I can see your dick." It was in dead silence. Everybody started laughing.
Oh no.
I was like, well, I said, well, good news is I guess it's something to stare at.
Oh my
I don't know
god.
why you're staring at my package, but it was very
Oh my
embarrassing.
god,
But I mean,
dude.
I played it off, but bro, if that was not like one of the most embarrassing things.
Oh.
But that's a runner up for whenever I was in my old band Viridian.
Mhm.
We were playing at a place in Alexandria or Pineville called Ursa Major at the time. It was several years ago.
Mhm.
But I ended up eating at Sonic like the day before or maybe the day of, and I ordered a supersonic double cheeseburger, and I guess they didn't cook it all the way or what. I don't know what the deal was. I
Mhm.
ended up catching food poisoning.
Oh no.
It was either Sonic or Wendy's, actually. I don't remember because I've gotten food poisoning from each. But anyways, I think it was Sonic. I got food poisoning, and I'm not the type of guy to perform and just leave because I don't feel good.
Mhm. You-
Does not bother me. I don't care. Anyways, we had a slot time. I didn't talk to nobody before the show. Stayed in the bus at the time. We were in a bus, and I slept, and I just tried to get over it. I was sweating and just sick to like I could have just died. Is what it felt like. They said, "All right, are you okay to go on stage? We can call it off." I was like, "No, bro. Show must go on." I got on stage, sick as a dog, so sick that I started crying while I was trying to sing,
Oh man.
and in mid song was throwing up in a trash can while I was performing, and people were loving it, but it was embarrassing to me because I'm up
Damn.
there like, whatever the song I was singing, whatever the hell I'm singing, and and then I would like move over it, and I know I'm spitting vomit all over the microphone.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Oh yes, so those are two of the most embarrassing things that ever happened to me
Damn.
on stage.
All
Yeah.
right. What about your band?
So my first band ever, Losing Ground, I remember playing at a show
Mhm.
full of drunk moms in a country town, and it was a rock band. It was one of our first shows ever, and it was at a birthday party for a 16-year-old girl,
Oh no.
and they were all drunk, and none of them liked rock music, and they were all just very typical country moms
Oh boy.
with some, it was very hick town, right? My hometown.
Mhm.
And my singer at the time, we were playing, there was nobody up front,
Mhm.
and he was getting mad, like he was visibly flustered. Well, he's headbanging, and then he steps on his guitar cable, yanks it out, trips over it, and falls.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
And I'm just playing it, my guitar, like,
Like just playing it off.
I'm like, just ready for this show to be over, bro. It's my second show ever. I was like, this sucks, dude.
Damn, dude, that's
I was
crazy.
still a kid back then, dude.
You ever had your mic actually get cut off when you're sick? Like you're basically like all like randomly singing and all of a sudden
Yeah, like I'll step on the thing and then yank it out. I'll just keep singing until I plug it back in. It don't bother me. But
okay.
yeah, I'm just like, I'll kind of roll my eyes like I'm a dumbass, but it don't matter to me.
I mean that happens a lot to streamers too, trust me. We think like we're
Yeah.
talking and everything and all of a sudden like, hey, your mic is off.
Yeah, like, so I have a wired headset, and like, I can't tell you how many times I'll be streaming and I'll roll in my chair and it'll get caught in my chair and just yank it out. And I'll be like, shh, but
Oh
so I
god.
get it.
All right, Nightmare, what you got?
All right. So far, what have you found being the most difficult part of streaming?
Streaming, the most difficult part of streaming is consistently speaking into the void, especially if there's nobody in chat. Is maintaining a positive attitude and just yakking off into the void. Yakking, not jacking. You know what I'm saying? Had to correct that before anybody misheard that. uh, uh, gotta clarify. Uh, just yakking to nobody, and it's keeping it interesting in case someone does pop in. Like that is the most difficult part, is knowing there's nobody there. Like a lot of times, what I try to do is hide the view count, like how many people are in chat. Like I don't want to see that. Like it has nothing to do with me, because all that does is hinder my performance as a streamer, and I'm guilty of it. I mean, everybody is, but I'll try to hide that number.
Yeah, like you want to get that away so that way it doesn't bring you down. Because I mean, when you look at that number, if it's like a low number, it only depresses you and makes you like, think like, man, there's nobody here. While if you have it off, you're actually having fun. Especially if you're playing a game that you're having fun, you're gonna laugh, you're gonna be like that, and then people are gonna be like, hey, what are you playing? Or what's up? How you doing?
Yeah, that is I agree with that completely. I think that is the best point. So.
All right, so we're gonna get to the most fun part of the podcast. This is my segment I call "What the fuck" questions.
Okay.
So we actually ask you random questions that you never thought would actually be asked in an interview. So when you're ready, Nightmare's gonna have his first, and then I'll go with mine.
All right,
Nightmare.
fire away, boys.
All right, so pizza or wings? Which you go to first?
Pizza, easy.
Okay. Would you rather be invisible or breathe underwater?
Breathe underwater.
Okay.
All right. Camping in a tent or in a camper, like an RV or something like that?
Camper, for sure.
Okay. Would you rather drink water for the rest of your life or drink liquor for the rest of your
Water.
life?
For sure. Water. I'd rather drink water.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Donuts or bagels?
Donuts.
All right. This is a kind of long one. You're in a forest with nobody, or like there's no way you can get home because you're lost and everything. There's two paths like that you see. One path will lead you to your home in a shorter way, like a shorter route. The other one is a longer route. Okay. So if you take the shorter route, you find a bear-sized goose. Would you rather fight that, or take the long route home and fight 100 goose-sized bears?
Bro, one bear-sized goose. Hands down, dude. And yes, geese are scary, so a giant goose would be scary as hell. But how epic would it be for me to drag the corpse of a giant goose back to my house?
I figured you'd probably choke his neck and be like, okay.
Bro, I'd wring his neck, bro. That's exactly what I'd do. He'd wrap around, he'd probably eat my whole leg, but you know what? You ain't got teeth. I ain't scared of you. And then honk, honk, honk all the way home. So, yeah.
Well, there's a theory that I always tell everybody over here that did you know that somebody told us over here in the podcast, did you know that if you have a green laser pointer and you point it at a geese's feet, it terrifies them and it makes them walk away?
No, I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Somebody apparently told us that, and I'm still waiting for that day that I see a geese so I can bring my green laser pointer, and pointing at its feet so I can see if it runs away. And then I can tell the person, hey, you were right. This is a great theory. Thanks for sharing this.
I love it, dude. I hope that is very true. I hope that is true, because that will save me one day when I fight a bear-sized goose.
All right. So, do you eat cereal?
Occasionally.
Okay. Do you pour the cereal first and then the milk, or the milk first and then the cereal?
Bro, I'm definitely not a sociopath. Milk is last. Cereal first.
Well, you're talking to somebody that actually does that.
That's sociopath behavior, bro. I love you. Very nice, but that's Like I would definitely check your ID every time I talk to you. Like I would be like, is this okay? I'm just messing with you. But yeah, I get it.
Mhm.
The I actually had this conversation with our guitar player Brett,
Mhm.
his girlfriend. She pours the milk first and then the cereal, and she gets a perfect milk to cereal ratio, and it's important to her, like incredibly important, to
Damn.
where whenever she has it to a science, to where when she finishes her last bite of cereal, it's also the last bit of milk in the bowl.
Damn.
I'm like, not me, bro. I want to drink a glug 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 after the cereal's done. I want to chase the last three pieces around the bowl, and then as soon as I chase them, I like scoop it onto the edge, throw them in my mouth, and then drink the rest. That's what I do. Call me weird.
Yep.
That's my.
Hey, I'll, everyone, that's all you. That's all y'all. I mean, I don't do that.
I know. I'm just playing with.
But anyways, okay, pineapples and pizza or not?
Dude, pineapples and pizza is fine. I'll eat it either way, but I'm not gonna hate on pineapples and pizza.
Mhm.
So if you like it, more power to you.
Okay, I got a new one for this because I've seen this recently. Bananas on pizza.
I'll
What?
try it, bro. I'll try anything once, baby.
I always wanted to try chocolate pizza. I heard something about chocolate pizzas. I mean,
Gaddy's did chocolate pizza and that shit slap, bro.
damn, that sounds like
But yes,
shit.
I would put a banana. I would put what now? I may not like it, but would I try it? Yes, sir. 1000%.
All right. Uh, PlayStation or Xbox?
Okay, so as far as the if you want my honest opinion, PlayStation. But it's not because I like PlayStation more than Xbox.
Hmm.
It is because PlayStation has better exclusive games than Xbox, and everything you can get on Xbox minus a couple of games is on everything else.
Do
And everything on Xbox you can play on PC. So
that. No,
PlayStation.
gotcha. All right. So, is there anyone out there that you would like to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I'm gonna give a shout out to my wife, Amberlynn Ezel. I love you, baby.
Mm-mm.
And the rest of my bandmates. I love y'all too.
Awesome, awesome. All right. So over here, we're actually about to start playing the music. We're actually gonna play a song that I see over here. And
So can I point two things out to you real quick?
go for it.
There are only two songs out with me on them
Okay.
right now.
Well, which ones are they? Because I have it right here, and there's five that are popular right now.
Yes.
So,
Only one of those are going to be on Apple Music. The
hmm,
other one is only on YouTube, and
okay,
it's a lyric video.
okay. So there's nothing on Spotify then.
There is one song, and it's called Paradigm Shift.
Okay, I got it right here.
That is the first song that is actually the song I wrote for my audition.
Okay, so we're actually gonna switch over back to the starting soon scene, and we're gonna take a listen to this, and then we'll come back to wrap up the podcast.
Hell yeah,
All
appreciate
right.
it.
So Mike's muted, and I hope you guys enjoy this, and we'll see you in a bit.
Sounds good, man.
All right, man, that was awesome. Dude, you guys literally freaking like the guitar was just on point, dude. Freaking love that. That's why you saw me going like this. I was like, dude, damn.
Yeah, dude.
It has a little bit of a bench sevenfold in it. I like
Yeah,
that.
that's a big influence for some of the guys in the band.
Dude, that's awesome, man. Like, I actually posted a link here on the podcast, but I also want to give a shout out to you, Ryan, for taking the time. I know, like, you're a busy person. We appreciate you coming in with us. We look forward to seeing more of your shows. I mean, we live close to each other, so I'm definitely going to see you more often. But what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to get you a Reef Podcast coffee mug, and I'm going to try to get my co-host here, Nightmare, to sign it. I'll sign it myself, and we'll be able to give it to you. So thank you for being here.
Dude, that would be so amazing. You guys were such great hosts, and I can speak for myself, but also everybody else in Endure the Affliction, and everybody else on the Scion team, that support me. We are very grateful for the opportunity, and we hope to come back and do it again. It was very nice, very professional, very fun.
Yep, that's awesome. So I also want to give a shout out to my editor right here, Mr. NickyD Luffy. He's currently traveling in Germany, and today is his birthday. So happy if you're listening to this, Nicky. Happy birthday, my dude. From me and Nightmare, we wish you a happy birthday. I know.
And me, I'm a huge One Piece fan. So NickyD Luffy, you have a place here.
Yeah.
You're a true Nakaba.
But I want to thank everybody that came out today. We'll definitely be back soon. We got a huge lineup of people next year. We have 10 plus indie game developers that are going to be part of this podcast next year. I'm actually booked up until 2024, Ryan. It's crazy.
Well, if you can find some more time to squeeze me in, I'd love to come back, man. It was a great experience.
Hey, you're coming back to this year in gaming when we touch Zelda. So I'll definitely have you as a guest.
Right on, man. I appreciate it.
All right. So without further ado, any last words, Nightmare, that you have?
I just hope everybody stays safe with the cold weather moving in for fall.
Oh, yes. We're getting close to the
Hope
cold
everybody
weather.
has a safe holidays for Halloween if you guys don't stop back in before then.
Definitely. And trick or
Can I
treat.
make a plug?
Yeah, go for
Sure.
it.
Everybody listening, if you could do me a favor, it would mean a whole lot to me if you could go subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're in the process of trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. So it's youtube.com/endure the affliction. Pretty easy to find, and we're gonna be putting out some more content eventually. Just know it might be a little bit because we're writing the album now, but it would be great if y'all could go subscribe.
And you don't have to worry because after the live version of the podcast, once we actually have the edited version, once it goes on YouTube and everything, it'll have the links to the band, it'll have the link to your Twitch, it'll have like basically all the links that you have basically, because the Reef podcast basically is not about us basically, it's about the person that we're interviewing. So today you were the spotlight.
Well, I appreciate it, man. I definitely enjoyed it.
Most
Just made TikTok too. We're trying to post daily on there. It's tough thinking of content every single day, but
hey, that's what gets you out there, man. So
yeah, working on it.
all right. So hope everyone has a good night. If you're gonna be playing games, try a game, but try not to play crazy hours like I'm doing. So until then, see y'all later, guys.
Lewis, appreciate it, man. Nightmare, thank you, man. And it was a pleasure. All you out there, stay safe and don't drink and drive. Love y'all.
As always, today's episode of the Reef Podcast was streamed live on Twitch. If you could not make it to the live stream of the podcast, you can always listen to it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and iHeart Radio. Thanks for listening. See you next time.